The Bucks are 52-23. They've clinched the Central Division. Celtics have won 3 straight, 21 of their last 22 over the last 41 days. The Bucks have won 5 in a row. At home, Milwaukee's 29-9. The Celtics are 26-10 on the road. Moncrief kicking it back out to Mickey Johnson. They go to Bob Lanier. What a game he had the last time we were here, Robert. He poured in 26 points in that game and was the decisive factor. And he put Milwaukee ahead early, 2-0.
Yeah, Bob's only averaging about 13 against the Celtics in the first 4, but the last 2 he has been very effective, and he scored well over 20. He can get the job done. He's playing much more consistently this year than he has the past couple with those bad knees.
Carr taking the first 2 Celtic shots and missing them both. Mickey Johnson, who can shoot from out there, does not hit this one. And Milwaukee will try to set it up. Now, without a point guard, and Quinn Buckner is one of the better point guards in the game. Be interesting to see how the Bucks work against the Celtics. They post up immediately on ML Carr, and Johnson gets a pair, and it's 4-0 Milwaukee in the first minute of play.
Well, ML gave up the position that time. He's going to have to front him if they do that with any consistency.
Celtics have missed their first 3 shots, and the ball went out of bounds off Alton Lister, the rookie. There he is, number 53. 6'11", 240 pounds from Arizona State.
A little over-anxious there for the Rook. 3 white shirts in on that one. You've got to get a little verbal communication going when you're all fighting for the rebound. It's all the same team.
Facing the hoop, Kevin McHale bangs one in, and he almost falls down going down the other end as he was backpedaling rapidly. And so the Celtics are within 2 at 4-2 here in the early moments.
I think that's one of the weaknesses in that front line is that Lister-McHale matchup. We've seen Kevin eat up a lot of good veteran players, and now he's got this rookie to work on.
All right, the foul is called on Gerald Henderson, loose ball foul. That's his first, and the first on the Celtics, first foul of the game. Mickey Johnson getting it in play to Lanier. Now Lister, pretty good turnaround move, doesn't get the hoop. Milwaukee with a rebound and 2. For Marcus Johnson. Oh, it is 6-2 Milwaukee here in the early going. Henderson. So far, Robert Parrish hasn't touched the ball. They go to Gerald Henderson. He can't do anything with it. McHale goes right around Lister. Misses the shot, but Maxwell, good work. Offensive foul.
Well, we were blocked out on the play. Both Lister and Lanier were. Here's the McHale shot that Max does a good job rebounding. There you see Lanier. Max giving him the fakes. Lanier on the second one leaves his feet, and then he leans in, and they call the charging call on Max.
Sidney Moncrief off the missed shot puts it in, and it is 8-2 Milwaukee, and the Bucks are doing a good job off their offensive board.
Yeah.
The first time Parrish has touched the ball, and it was stripped out of his hands by Johnson. Marcus.
The 2 guards, Henderson and ML Carr, have to do 2 things. First, they have to box those men, at least make some initial contact to slow them down. And then secondly, they've got to get one of them down floor, because if Johnson and Moncrief are going to go to that offensive board, the best way to burn them is to control your defensive board, get it out, and hit their man going down floor. But you've got to box first.
All right, McHale and now ML. Robert Parrish. Henderson tries an 18-footer and knocks it home. The officials, by the way, Earl Strom and Mike Mathis, and Mickey Johnson is called for traveling. It'll be Boston ball.
Good job by Maxwell that time. Spun around and caught Johnson by surprise. He thought Max would be getting back down floor on defense.
9:20 to go here in the first quarter. Almost the same spot for Gerald Henderson with the exact same result. So it is 8-6 as Gerald Henderson hits a quick pair of hoops for the Celtics. Robert Lanier, he of the size 16 shoes, misses the shot. Alton Lister doing a good job and then throws up an air ball. And a foul is called on Kevin McHale on the shot taken by the rookie Alton Lister. Lister will go to the foul line, or will it be Lanier? No, it's going to be Lanier.
Well, did he call it on the first shot? Because Lanier brought it in from the corner.
Yeah.
Lister rebounded it and took that wild half hook there.
Must have called the foul on Lanier's shot. We just didn't hear the whistle.
Yeah, maybe my old buddy Earl Strom, who was one of the officials with Mike Mathis, is running out of air there.
No, it's Lister now. Lister.
Oh, okay, they got Lister at the line now.
Lister, unusually enough, has been shooting 53% from the floor and 53% from the foul line. So if he goes according to form, he'll miss this shot.
Which means that he needs a little work from the foul line, and he's doing great from the field. Right?
Yeah. Just under 9 minutes to go, first quarter. 10-6, Bucks by 4 points. Cedric Maxwell on Mickey Johnson, and Cedric with a nice jump hook.
I'll tell you, he fought the pressure on it, too, because Mickey was playing him to the outside. He knew Max wanted to go with that little half hook on his right side, but he still got it off.
Good job off the defensive boards from Maxwell. The Celtics 3-on-3, but Max slows it up.
Steady, Max. Get it to a guy. Attaboy.
McHale on Lister, and a foul. Oh, it's called on Kevin McHale. Offensive foul.
Well, second on McHale, and a good defensive play by the rookie Lister that time. He anticipated that McHale wanted to go middle and wanted to go to his right. Picked up the charge.
Hi, this is Mickey Johnson and now Lanier with Robert Parrish on him. Parrish has not taken a shot yet, but Lanier with several moves gets the good bounce, and it's 12-8 Milwaukee by 4. 8 minutes to go. We're in the first quarter. Robert Parrish's first shot rattles in. He's become such an awesome player. Robert Parrish.
He has. He's going to have to get down floor quickly inside a tile with Lanier out. Moncrief, that's what he's been doing all year. I'll tell you, in Milwaukee, they'll swear that he's been the most effective guard in the NBA this year.
And they may be right.
Yeah.
Carr with a fall away. Oh, good job by Parrish on the offensive boards as he blocked out nicely. Put it back through. So it is 14-12 Milwaukee. 7.5 minutes to go. First quarter. We'll be on the air Thursday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Little matinee shot for you. Marcus Johnson with a remarkable move to the hoop. Missed the shot and Parrish the rebound. Celtics a 3-on-1. And they messed it up, but Cedric Maxwell is there in the right spot at the right time.
Not exactly the way Bill Fitch put it up on the blackboard, but the Celtics will take it anyway. They're alert. Hey, you know, the play was not by design, Lanier from outside, but the end result is by design in terms of the Celtics always scrambling for those loose balls so effectively. They just play the game alertly.
So the Celtics had tied it at 14-all, but now Milwaukee's back ahead on Lanier's jump shot. Larry Bird getting set to come in for the Celtics. As you look at Robert Parrish, got a mismatch there, and he just went up over Marcus Johnson. Said, thank you very much for the ice cream cone with the jimmies on it, because this is all over.
And that's the other thing. Other than running Lanier's tail down floor and trying to tire him, they've got to pop him out a little bit more, too, because Lanier is very reluctant to come out past 13 or 14 feet. And as we've seen, Robert is very effective facing the basket from 16 or so.
Foul called on Gerald Henderson. This will be his second and the third team foul on the Celtics. The Milwaukee Bucks have taken a timeout. So we are down to the 6-minute and 25-second mark of the first quarter. And right now we're tied at 16 apiece. The Celtics and Bucks from another sellout crowd here at the Milwaukee Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at 16-16, Boston and Milwaukee. Santos and Bob Cousy at the Milwaukee Arena. This telecast presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV is prohibited. Shooting statistics, Celtics are 8 for 13, 61.5%. The Bucks 7 of 13, just about 54% so far in the first quarter. You're looking at Moncrief and now Alton Lister with Larry Bird checking in for the Celtics, replacing McHale. They kick it out to Mickey Johnson, who's a pretty good shooter from out there.
Johnson will hurt you more, believe it or not, as a 6'9" forward from outside than he will inside. He doesn't really get that much done on that offensive board, but you've got to go out and get him when he's got it facing the basket.
Carr into the big man, and Robert Parrish has hit 3 shots in 3 attempts.
Yeah, 8 points for Robert, and he's starting to work Lanier now on the outside a bit, and that's what they've got to do.
4 for 4. I forgot the offensive rebound he put back in. Lister, couple of moves. Nice move.
Oh, nice
move.
job.
Boy, that was tough.
That's a good job.
ML Carr to the hoop. No, Parrish the boards. He is 5 for 5 here in the first quarter. And he was fouled by Bob Lanier, and Robert Parrish will be at the line shooting one. They call the foul on Lister. Here's a look at the Chief coming over to get a little rosin on the hands, a little powder. Let's see. First foul on Milwaukee in the quarter. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, this is exactly their first foul. Celtics have picked up 5 already. Speaking of establishing matchup difficulties, with Bird coming in for McHale, we talked about the difficulty Lister was going to have with McHale. Now let's see if if he guards Bird on the other end, because this will obviously present him with some additional difficulties. As many weapons as Kevin has offensively, Bird has got that many more.
Lanier taking it inside as he went up over Bird for two, and it's 22-20 Milwaukee. Larry Bird. Max, good quick move. Shot doesn't fall. He gets his own tip in. No. Carr the rebound. Oh, good job off the offensive boards for the Celtics. Larry Bird, the Maxwell who was fouled by Alden Lister.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing that kept that play alive once again is that offensive rebound. They caught Lanier leaning and reaching, and again, the big guy does a good job under there, but with the bad knees, it cuts down on his mobility a bit, and he reaches for a lot of rebounds. So if you're alert, you're going to beat him to them, and that's what Maxwell did. Good play.
Carr all alone. Nice feed from Henderson. Harvey Catchings is checked in for Milwaukee. He's number 43, replacing Lister. Of course, the last time these two clubs played, Catchings caught Larry Bird with an elbow and gave him a little bone fracture in the cheek. Catchings, not an offensive threat, takes the shot and misses it. Celtics with a chance to go ahead for the first time in the game. Larry Bird missing the shot. Lanier the board. This is Moncrief. And Catchings can't hold on to it. Picks up the loose ball and dishing off to Mickey Johnson.
Well,
Harvey Catchings.
Again, it wasn't your classic fast break. With the absence of Quint Buckner, who we'll be talking to at halftime, by the way, the Bucks are kind of freelancing that break, but they still want to run. Talking to John Killalay before the game, I said, you're going to slow it down with Marcus in the backcourt and Quinn out? He said, absolutely not. We want to go at him, and that's, I say, pretty much what they've shown. Not the same finesse as before, but, they're getting it done.
Mickey Johnson missing the shot. Battle for the rebound. Tough out of bounds off the Celtics. Celtics had really control. Well, they had the rebound within their grasp, but couldn't control it. So it'll be Milwaukee ball. 3:40 left, first quarter. 2-point lead Milwaukee. Make it 4. Bob Lanier makes it 26-22 the Bucks.
Well, Lanier matches Robert Parrish's total with 10, and again, that's what makes him so effective, is that he's able to go outside and hurt you as well. Obviously, it's taking inside and hammering you a little bit.
Bird working on Mickey Johnson, and a major league foul, as that ball was knocked about 35 feet in the air. Foul is called on Lanier.
Yeah, he reached in from, just dropped down from his position guarding Parrish as Bird brought it into the middle. And grabbed him.
Larry Bird will shoot two. Celtics are trailing 26-22. Pat Cummings getting set to check in for Milwaukee, and here he comes. Number 6, Pat Cummings, replaces Bob Lanier.
Well, and once again with the injury situation, this is where the Celtics have an opportunity to, exploit the situation. Nelson at the beginning of the season looked to have a pretty strong bench if he'd had everyone there, but right now, I'll tell you, it's decimated, and with Lanier out and Catchings, who supposedly has been playing very passively since the Bird incident, they tell me.
Moncrief.
Oh, wow.
Great move. Sidney Moncrief just taking the whole baseline and going in with a reverse 2.
That's an outstanding play by Moncrief.
Robert Parrish kicking it back out to Henderson. Bird measuring. He started back up the floor as soon as the ball left his fingers. He knew that one was good. 28-26 Bucks, 2:40 to go, first quarter. Now Cummings and Marcus Johnson. Marcus playing at a guard tonight. Mickey Johnson now. Bucks, in case you didn't know, nice work to get the ball in low to Moncrief. Cannot hit the shot and Bird the rebound. Bucks in trouble at the guard position. Nice dish off from M.L. Carr. And a great defensive play by Harvey Catchings.
Absolutely. That's what he does extremely well. I'll tell you, there was nothing passive about that move. Outstanding pursuit, got back into the play, and then at the very last minute was able to take a layup away from Gerald Henderson.
Great defensive play by Harvey Catchings. So with 2:23 to go in the first quarter, we'll take a break here. It is Milwaukee 28 and the Celtics 26.
You're a growing business. Look.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy in Milwaukee. The Bucks lead 28-26. 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Bob and I also would like to say a special hello to all the folks watching tonight's Celtics game on WEZF-TV, Channel 22 in Burlington, Vermont, and the good folks watching on WMTW-TV, Channel 8, up in Poland Springs, Maine, watching tonight on the Celtics television network.
Harvey catching with a fine defensive play. He's 10th in the league, by the way, in block shots. He's averaging almost 2 a game. We started to say he had gotten a little passive since the Bird incident.
Great defensive play by Johnson. Oh, 3-on-1, ice cream. Sidney Moncrief finishing off the Milwaukee fast break, which started off the fine defensive play by Marcus Johnson, making the steal on Parrish.
Say there was nothing chaotic, out of control, or not by design on that break either. The big guys handled it very well.
Parrish breaking free to make it 30-28. Minute and 40 to go, first quarter. Moncrief, and you see Gerald Henderson on him. Now Mickey Johnson with Larry Bird on defense. Johnson backing in. Flanks it off the front, and Parrish the rebound. The Celtics are 3-on-3. Henderson takes it all the way. Nice, tough move over Pat
Okay, Gil.
6'10".
I say he's been getting down floor, and the Celtics have created an up-tempo game. This was their intention at the start. Good help from the weak side. ML with the front on Marcus Johnson produced the turnover.
Larry Bird, we're tied at 30. Robert Parrish gets fouled by Marcus Johnson, as Parrish put a couple of moves on him. That will only be the 4th team foul on Milwaukee, so the Celtics will not be shooting foul shots here. Foul is on Johnson. That is his first personal foul. 1:05 to go, first quarter, tied at 30. Oh, look at ML Carr sneaking in the back door, and he misses the layup.
Out.
Those are the toughest shots, I guess.
Absolutely. That was so easy. ML was, I think, surprised that he got clear. And the Celtics almost lose it on the other end, but they'll bring it down. They've run that high pick for the guard. They swing him off the high pick on the right side here, and the man guarding the pick man is not calling it out. He's not switching. So ML had a layup on the play a moment ago. That time he should have had a second one. Good play by
Bird dishing off to Parrish. Celtics have their first lead of the game. 32-30. Make it a 6-0 run for the Celtics here in the last 40 seconds. All right, we're down to 25 seconds on the quarter clock. And now down to 10 on the shot clock for the Bucks. Harvey Catchings, who was not a threat to fire it up from there. Moncrief, and a foul called on Cedric Maxwell. That'll be his second personal foul, and the 4th on the Celtics in the quarter. Now Scott May is in for the Bucks, and Mickey Johnson is out. So let's set the Bucks lineup for you here. Moncrief, Marcus Johnson, Scott May, Pat Cummings, and Harvey Catchings.
May, who found a new life here in
Yes,
Milwaukee after leaving Chicago and being not very productive in Chicago over the years. Had a lot of injuries, but here they like him. He's done a good job for him.
Carr missing the shot, and the quarter will end in a tie. Well, good, strong first quarter for the Milwaukee Bucks and for the Celtics as well, but the Bucks playing well with Johnson, Marcus Johnson playing at a guard position, and without Quinn Buckner, Junior Bridgman, and Brian Winters. So at the end of the first quarter of play from Milwaukee, it is the Celtics 32 and the Bucks 32.
So, have you asked your brother about his new boat yet?
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back in Milwaukee. It's 48-46, the Celtics by a pair. And Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we shall be in the Giant Apple, the Big Apple. The Celtics and New York Knicks. That game switched from an evening game to an afternoon game because of a Stanley Cup playoff game that's scheduled at Madison Square Garden that night. So we'll have a game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you. A little matinee of Celtics basketball Thursday afternoon from Madison Square Garden.
Basketball selfie.
Okay. Archibald, Carr, Bird, Roby, and McHale for Boston. Moncrief, Marcus Johnson, Scott May, Bob Lanier, and Alvin Lister for the Milwaukee Bucks. McHale trying to work on Lister. Lister looks like a pretty good-looking young player, Robert.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, awfully quick for 11. And he did
a great job.
everything
Yes.
possible. Absolutely. McHale just made a super shot for his 6 points.
Alvin Lister did everything you could have asked him to do defensively, and Kevin McHale just buried a very difficult shot on him. 50-46. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Give May some credit. Nice pass for the swing man. That's the same play the Celtics have run effectively. High pick, they run the guy off. If the man gets hung up on that pick, boy, you need some help from behind.
The Central Division champions against the lob to Moncrief, and a whistle and foul. Basket counts. The foul is on Archibald. The Central Division champs playing the Celtics tough here with 6:17 to go in the quarter. M.L. Carr coming out, and Chris Ford has checked in for the Celtics. And at the line, Sidney Moncrief. That is the, what is that, the first foul on Archibald?
Yeah, the second
team
foul, right.
Moncrief, you see his statistics there. 81.5% free throw shooter, averaging better than 19.5 a game. Does not make it a three-point play. Lister had the rebound. It goes to the hands of Moncrief, who does not get the hoop, and it's Rick Roby gets the Boston rebound. Chris Ford on the baseline. Blocked by Alvin Lister.
Well, that's a good job by Lister. Chris got in there along the baseline. Lister just came over from the side. Watch him. Good one. Outside hand.
Oh, look at this move by Tiny Archibald.
Do it, Tiny. That's 8, but little guy.
Brilliant move by Archibald. 54-50 the Celtics by 4. 5:45 to go in the half. Lister. Tell you what, I'm very impressed with the way this young man has played here in this first half. And now a foul on Moncrief, fouling Tiny Archibald. That is the second team foul on the Bucks in the quarter, and the second personal on Sidney Moncrief. Chris Ford. They get it to McHale on the baseline, and he knocks it home.
I'll tell you, this rookie's played well, but McHale got him shaking his head. So he's done really defensively all that is possible.
Great outlet pass. Beautiful from Rick Roby to Chris Ford. Terrific outlet pass by Roby. Just spun and immediately looked up the floor and hit Ford with a bullet.
That's what makes the break effective. How quickly that ball comes out. A lot of rebounders like to pose, wait for the picture to get taken. Some exceptionally good rebounders who have the mobility will, even on their way down, in other words, they'll leave their feet, go up and get that defensive rebound and turn and look, you know, as they're coming down to the floor to see where their outlet men are positioned.
Foul was called on Rick Roby underneath. That's his first personal, the third on the Celtics here in the second quarter. Scott May blocked by Bird, and the ball is stolen. Rick Roby's got it, and a collision between Roby and Lanier. Chris Ford lays it in. I'll tell you, we had two gigantic men crashing into each other. That's a 6 on the Richter scale. Watch this.
Take a look. It's not pretty, but the good guys get there, too.
Oh, my God.
Ford, the fans wanted a foul here. They don't get it. There's Ford finishing it off. Celtics once again moving down floor.
Celtics have their biggest lead right now, 8 points. Ford going around Lister, and he floats it in.
Good job by Ford.
Are up by 10 on a quick burst here. The Celtics have outscored Milwaukee 8-2 over the last couple of minutes. The crowd is booing over that Rick Roby, Bob Lanier thunderous collision. 4:19 to go in the half. 62-52 Celtics. The all-new world champion Celtics 81-82 yearbook available right now. Beautiful book, 48 pages, great color shots by one of the outstanding sports photographers in America, Dick Raphael. And it shows the Celtics' road to the 14th NBA championship. Order it now by sending $4 to Celtics Yearbook, Post Office Box 5, Boston 02114. This is Robert Smith you're looking at, number 5, who was picked up after playing in the Continental League this year when they got the injuries to Junior Bridgman and Buckner. Smith played at the lob pass into Marcus Johnson. He drops it in. Robert Smith, a 6-foot guard, played at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Had trials with Cleveland, with Denver, and a couple of other clubs in the NBA.
Robert's not bad, I'll tell you. He's been around. I think his size has hurt him a little bit.
Wow.
McHale, nice, beautiful lob pass by Rick Roby.
Super job by Roby, lofting it into Kevin McHale. The Celtics lead by 10 again with 3:40 to go.
Yeah, Smith is quick. He shoots well. You know, good playmaker. It's just he's only 6 feet, and he gets overwhelmed a little bit. So he's made the tour of the NBA cities.
You know, they've got him listed at 6 feet, Robert, but I wonder. I'm looking at him. And
would you believe 5'8"?
No, not 5'8", maybe 5'11", 5'10 and a half. Foul on Larry Bird. Be a shooting foul. Scott May will be shooting a pair. Larry Bird picks up the Celtics' 4th team foul. And there's Larry, his first personal. So far, let's see, we've got McHale, Parrish with 18 points and McHale with 10 for the Celtics. Archibald with 8. Scott May, who has done an excellent job off the bench, has just hit his 7th point for Milwaukee. Lanier and Moncrief are their leading scorers with 12 each. This is the second one. Marcus Johnson has 8. All right, 3:15 to go in the first half. Celtics by 9. Ford, air ball, right into the hands of Cummings. Fastball to Marcus Johnson. Beautiful. A strike from Cummings to Johnson. Outstanding outlet pass.
Well, that time the Celtics brought Johnson outside. They popped Ford out, and he had the shot, missed it, but that also put Johnson in a good position to sprint down floor, and Cummings hit him with the fastball. Good job by Pat Cummings.
Another rebound for Cummings, and the Bucks now can come to within 5 if they hit here. All right into the hands of McHale. Over Bob Lanier's hands.
Well, that's what we were talking about, pressuring, the backcourt with Marcus Johnson back there to take advantage of the fact that he handles well for 6'8" or 6'7", but he doesn't handle well enough to play guard under pressure.
The Celtics ball coming down as May and Cummings kind of botched it up together. Mickey Johnson in for Milwaukee, and he replaces Scott May. The Bucks have Robert Smith, Marcus Johnson, Mickey Johnson, Pat Cummings, and Bob Lanier.
Pat Cummings giving Bill Fitch a little help calling the play. Bill is up calling 32, and Pat Cummings is saying 32, 32, guys, you hear it?
Shot missed by Ford. Smith pushing it up for the Bucks. Mickey Johnson takes it in. Oh, he's got a real nice soft touch.
Yes, he does. He's a shooter, but they got him as a power forward, and he just, in my opinion, at least doesn't fit that bill and doesn't work it hard on the D as he might that position.
Celtics, last couple of trips up the floor, Coos. Robert Smith gets 2, and the Bucks are within 3 points. Last couple of trips up the floor, Bob, the Celtics, I think, have taken some low percentage shots. They haven't worked the ball around very much. Immediately just fired it up coming down. But you can't hear what I'm saying? Is that the idea, Bob? I think Bob's earphones just went out.
Wanted to give you some hand signals.
Okay.
There,
What I was saying was, the last couple of trips up the floor, the Celtics appeared to not be working the ball as well as they should and took a couple of low percentage shots.
Well, they've been running the offense pretty smoothly and getting it, off the flow, getting it on a break, and occasionally when it comes a little too easy, you start to get a little careless. You start to get a little impatient. Maybe you take the shot a little quicker than you normally might, and I think this is what's happened because other than, what you're talking about here, the Celtics have looked pretty good offensively.
Yeah.
They have been taking good percentage shots, and they have been doing what Bill Fitch said he wanted to do on top, which was, take advantage of the weakened guard situation, accelerate play, and get it down floor as quickly as possible, and they've done that effectively.
All right, you're looking at Robert Smith playing defense on Archibald. Now, Chris Ford and Parrish, who's just checked in, and he is fouled by either Lanier or Smith.
I think it's Smith. They doubled at half court, and so they were scrambling out of the 3-1-1 zone. Smith caught Parrish from behind.
Third on Milwaukee as a team. Celtics are ahead by 3, 64-61. McHale trying to go on Mickey Johnson. Now Bird. That's Pat Cummings on him. Larry Bird missing the shot. Bob Lanier the rebound. And Moncrief pushes it up for the Bucks as he's checked back in. Lanier. Big man. Little fall away. Tell you what, he's had that shot probably since he was in high school. That's been his shot. Archibald dishing off to Parrish, and a foul is called on the Bucks. Earl Strom calling the foul on Bob Lanier. That'll be Lanier's third personal foul and the fifth on Milwaukee. And so Robert Parrish is at the line to shoot a pair for the Celtics. So far, Robert has hit 9 out of 10 shots from the floor here in the first half. And Harvey Catchings comes in for the Bucks. And big Bob Lanier, who led St. Bonaventure to the Final Four years ago.
Well, he's had a fine career, I'll say.
Well, he certainly has.
Hits the first one. And he's been rejuvenated here in Milwaukee, it seems. Of course, a little stronger surrounding cast, obviously, has helped than he had at Detroit.
Parrish gets 1 out of the 2, and Harvey Catchings gets the rebound. So it's the Celtics by 2, 65-63. 43 seconds to go in the half. Pat Cummings, a running hook. Well, he's played very well against the Celtics. We're tied at 65. The Bucks have outscored the Celtics 13-2 in the last 3.5 minutes. Celtics were ahead by 10, 62-52. Now it's tied at 65. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Archibald missing the shot, and the Bucks can take a lead here with 14 seconds to go in the half. Moncrief. 8 seconds left. Down to 5. Moncrief is going to make the move. No good. Tie ball game at the half. So Milwaukee with an outstanding job over the last 3.5 minutes of the first half. The Celtics had them in a 10-point deficit at 62-52. But then over the last 3.5 minutes of the first half, Milwaukee outscored Boston 13-2 to give us the halftime score we have right now at 65. By the way, at halftime, we're going to have a Barry Burbank weather update from our Channel 4 studios on the blizzard conditions back home in New England. Celtics and Bucks were tied at 32 each in the first quarter. Second quarter, 33 points for each of them. So we have hit halftime with a score in a deadlock. Boston 65, Milwaukee 65. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at halftime in Milwaukee. It's tied at 65 all. Right now we're going to go back to our studio. Several hundred folks dropped by to give his little notes to the folks back home. Steve Framingham.
The fact the Celtics had established some pretty good flow offensively and were getting their points, without working quite that hard at it. And I think it's unrealistic to say they felt they had control of the game, because that early it's not going to happen. But the point is, as we've said many times, it's a 48-minute game, quite long. You get that ebb and flow. In other words, a team will get and lose the momentum 2 or 3 times in a normal process of a game. And I think this is what we've seen, this back and forth business. Both teams are working at it. Both teams are playing well and generating pretty good offense. I think despite, what's happened in the last couple of minutes, by and large, the Celtics have established a little better continuity on the half-court offense and have looked a little better also running their break, although Milwaukee has come back. Each time the Celtics have established 6 or 8 points, one time up to 10, I think they kind of sat back a little bit and said, well, okay, we have not firm control, but we've got control. And that works if a team, is throwing in the towel early. But Milwaukee, has never done that. Certainly not here. They're a well-coached team. They're a good team, despite the fact that they've got guys out. And the minute you let down, they're going to pick up their own momentum and get back in. I'd like to think the Celtics still have an advantage, given the injury situation and the way they're playing. I think they're going to come out of here with a win, but it's not because Milwaukee's going to give up.
How about the defense in the first half, Coos? Do you think it was as intense as it should have been? As I look at the shooting statistics, 55 for the Celtics and nearly 60% for the Bucks, 59.6.
And as we said, generally these two teams dig in a lot better against each other and play a lot more deny defense. They're both capable of doing it, so they're both capable of interrupting each other's offense with that kind of deny D. We have not seen it. I think we've pointed out 2 or 3 times in the case of Scott May especially, and Cummings. Cummings has 6, May has 7. These kids are good shooters, but they don't have the speed and quickness to beat you by putting it to the floor. So if you find them early and force them to put it to the floor, even 13 points is too much to give them. So, no, neither team, in my opinion, has dug in defensively.
And off the boards, the Celtics are being out-rebounded by Milwaukee, 27-24. There you get a shot of the Celtics huddle as head coach Bill Fitch talks to his troops, preparatory to starting the second half. Other halftime scores around the NBA. The Bullets 45, Cleveland 37. Look at this. That's a halftime score. Third quarter, Atlanta 85, New York 78. And first quarter, Philadelphia and Chicago are tied at 27. From here, the Celtics go back. I'm sorry. No, make that 27-24. Philadelphia leading Chicago by 3. From here, the Celtics go to New York to play the Knicks on Thursday, and we'll have that telecast for you at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon as we run a matinee at you from Le Grand... Well, how do you say apple in French, Coos?
Le Grand Pomme.
Le Grand Plum?
Pomme.
Oh, plum. I was going to say, if that's, if that's how you say apple, then how do you say plum?
L'orange et les pommes.
All right, Stephanie, Gerald Henderson. And they will come up floor to join their teammates in green, M.L. Carr, Robert Parrish, and Kevin McHale. Milwaukee with Sidney Moncrief, Marcus Johnson at the guards, Mickey Johnson, Alvin Lister at the forwards, Bob Lanier at center. M.L. missing the shot. He has not had a good shooting game so far, and a traveling call on the Bucks. That'll be Boston ball.
That's the second time they've done that to Mickey Johnson. I remember Max did it
Max
to him early in the first quarter. They establish a position and catch him by surprise. I'm surprised the Bucks are going to Mickey Johnson with the outlet. He's the power forward. But generally, he will never get the outlet fish. He'll go to one of the two guards.
All right, Kevin McHale. Alvin Lister is playing him. Henderson on the baseline, though, and Robert Lanier the rebound. All right, Moncrief as the Bucks attempt to take the lead. Lanier, nice soft shot from there generally.
Imagine 6'11" feet of man built like that with that kind of soft trajectory on his shot from outside.
Boy, soft as you please 20-footer for Bob Lanier, and the Bucks are leading 67-65. Parrish tried to kick it back out to Carr. Lanier got a leg in the way. Parrish on the baseline, not hitting, and the Bucks doing an excellent job off the boards, allowing the Celtics only one shot. Lanier, another 2 points. And the Celtics quickly...
That's an excellent job by Lanier keeping it alive. You notice before he caught the ball, he used his body to protect the ball itself. In other words, he moved the defensive man out of the way before he caught it. And then once he got it, of course, he had the position. It was all over. Good job.
So we have played only 1 minute and 19 seconds of the second half, and the Bucks are ahead quickly by 4 points on a pair of hoops by Bob Lanier. Minutes of play, the Bucks have outscored the Celtics now 17-3. Please forgive my math. It has never been one of my strong suits. But a 17-3 spread for Milwaukee ever since the 3.5 minutes left to play mark in the first half when the Celtics were ahead 62-52. Well, Milwaukee certainly taken the bull by the horns here in the last 5 minutes of actual play on the floor, the final 3.5 of the first half and the first minute and 20 or so of the second half. Well, Bill Fitch quickly calling the timeout. What do you think he said to them, Bob, calling the timeout so quickly in the third quarter?
Well, it seemed to me the first 2 or 3 times down floor, and it might have been what you were pointing out in the first half, they took, well, a quick shot. It was there, but, I think he wants them to exploit the defense a little bit more, maybe have a little more patience on offense, and come up with simply a better shot than they showed. And if they fall into this kind of a tempo, it can, before you know it, you're 10 points down, and it's too late. So I think calling the quick timeout and pointing it out is good strategy.
All right, the shot by Maxwell partially blocked. The Bucks, as Mickey Johnson swoops in a hook, and it is a 6-0 run to start the second half, and Milwaukee ahead 71-65. Henderson, a quick shot. Celtics haven't hit yet in the second half. And a traveling call. And the funny thing is that Lanier, Lister, and Mickey Johnson were all fighting for the ball with each other.
There's no excuse for that on this level. We saw it happen to them in the first quarter. Hey, you got 2 white shirts. I mean,
Means one of them is your friend.
Yeah, it means you say, hey, bug off and get down floor. I got it, pal. They can't be that worried. Lister is upset, obviously. I think as much at himself because the call was an accurate one, but it's embarrassing when you work that hard for a defensive rebound and lose it in that fashion.
Foul is on Mickey Johnson. First foul of the second half on either team. First foul of the game on Mickey Johnson. All right, Gerald Henderson with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Milwaukee tightening up on defense. Celtics not getting good shots. They don't get one there either. And a blocking foul is called on Mickey Johnson.
Mike Mathis on your screen making the call. Here it is. ML kind of walks it in. Well, I don't blame him for being upset. Johnson had the good position established. That was a bad call.
ML Carr, 71% foul shooter at the line to take a pair for the Celtics and see if he can get them on the scoreboard here in the second half, and he does. First Celtic point of the second half, they went 2.5 minutes without a point. 71-66 is our score. And 71-62.
The Celtics shot very badly in the last game here. They only lost it by 4. And they shot badly from the line. And really, the game was really lost at the foul line.
Foul is called on Gerald Henderson. And that is number 3 on Gerald Henderson. Now Marcus Johnson will put the ball in play for the Bucks. First foul on the Celtics in the third quarter. ML Carr playing Johnson in the ball. Alton Lister firing over Kevin McHale, and Lister has looked good in this game. Milwaukee a 6-point lead again, 73-67. Robert Parrish, the ball knocked out of his hand. Ahead to Robert Lanier, behind the back. Beautiful play. Excellent feed from the big man, Lanier, to Sidney Moncrief.
I tell you, they ought to take Marcus Johnson out of the backcourt and put Lanier in there, huh? Is this a play for a man 6'11"?
Behind the back.
How's that? And you notice he kept Henderson with him just long enough. Steal by Marcus Johnson.
Got right into the passing lane, blocked by Parrish. Foul is on Robert Parrish. That'll be his first of the game. And the Celtics want another timeout. And they are down by 8 points with 8:48 to go in the third quarter. And the Milwaukee Bucks are getting... Now the Bucks are leading 70 from the first 3, 10, or 12 of the second half. Milwaukee has outscored the Celtics now 25-5. So they've gone from a 10-point deficit to a 10-point lead.
Just out-muscling and out-hustling, really, the Celtics. That's, everything's coming together for them. Max.
First Celtic hoop of the second half. They had been 0 for 5. They lob it into Lister, and he gets it. The Bucks have not missed a shot in the second half.
I'll tell you, this
6 for 6.
Rookie looks good. I agree with you. Max
Darn right.
tiptoes along the baseline.
Bird is in. Now ML Carr. They get it into Parrish for 2. Nice pass by Carr. Just blitzed one right down the baseline to Parrish. And it's 79-71.
That's what we were talking about, taking that extra pass.
Yes.
Notice ML had the 15-footer. He waited. There was no one on, and he finally got the pass into Parrish for the layup.
Now that is jump ball.
Yeah.
Jump ball is called.
Let's take a peek. It looks like a block shot here. Here's Moncrief running the baseline. Now he brings it up into Robert Parrish. Yeah, that's
He lost control of the ball.
He came down with it.
Yeah,
if you come back down with it, it's a jump ball.
Celtics on the steal. Parrish ahead to Cedric Maxwell. 2. Nice outlet by Robert Parrish as he just floated it right down the middle to Cedric. It is 79-76. Celtics have scored a couple of quick hoops here to move back to within 6 with 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go third quarter.
Well, Marcus with the ball has had a little trouble getting it together since his holdout, but the last few
Another
weeks,
steal.
Yeah.
So the Celtics have had a block shot, 2 steals. The last 3 Milwaukee trips up the floor. Maxwell snaking in. The Celtics defense is key to a run of 6 unanswered points here. A block shot and 2 steals. The last 3 Milwaukee trips up, and the Celtics came right down and banged them in on all 3. So Celtics defense keys a run of 6 points, and now Boston is back to within 4. 7:20 to go in the third quarter. There's your score. The Celtics trail.
Celtics needed a little splash of cold water, and I think that 8-point deficit did it. We talked about the ebb and flow, and, you know, the momentum has come back to the guys in green.
Interesting statistic here. So far, the Celtics committed only 5 turnovers in this game. They've been averaging about 16 turnovers a game on the season. The Bucks have committed 11. They've been averaging 18. All right. This is Lister. And now Scott May, Marcus Johnson losing the handle, another steal. And the ball deflected into the hands of our crack statistician right here in Milwaukee at courtside. I want to remind you to stay tuned following tonight's Celtics game for Eyewitness News, the late edition. Liz Walker and David Scott join them for all the latest news, of course, the very important weather and the sports as well. The late edition tonight here on TV4.
Celtics
3 steals in a row.
Yeah, scrambling and clawing for that ball defensively now.
ML. Robert Parrish gets the rebound, gets the bounce.
Good job. Robert kept it alive.
Make it 8 unanswered points for the Celtics off of a jump ball, which they controlled, and then 3 consecutive steals against the Bucks here in the last couple of minutes. Lanier does not hit it. Larry Bird, tiny, should be a tie game. It is. 10-point run for the Celtics.
Okay, here comes the good guys. A little pressure defensively will go a long way, and a little more patience offensively.
All right, Sidney Moncrief trying to go on Archibald. Almost ran out of room there. Scott May, who shot very well in the first half, and his foul is called against Cedric Maxwell. It'll be 2 shots for Scott May.
Third foul on Max. Third on the team.
Pat Cummings coming in. Let's look at a replay of it.
Yeah, there's pretty good swing of the ball by Milwaukee. They catch May on the weak side. He brings it into the middle. He knows he's got Max chasing the ball, so he gives it the good head and shoulder fake. Max had to go for it, and then he just leaned in, picked up the foul. Good play.
That breaks the Celtic 10-point run. It's 80-79 Milwaukee. So Pat Cummings is in. Now let's check the Milwaukee lineup. Marcus Johnson in the middle. Scott May and Pat Cummings the forwards. Celtics have Tiny Archibald and ML Carr at the guards. Parrish in the middle. Bird and Maxwell up front. We go to Maxwell first. Max trying to back in on Cummings. Guy sets up a stone wall, doesn't he?
Walks it back in. And they hit him with the double team. He had to go back out with the ball.
An intentional foul, a flagrant elbowing foul has been called on Cedric Maxwell. That's his 4th of the game, and a 2-shot foul is being awarded to Pat Cummings.
If the elbow is thrown and there is no contact, they simply lose the ball. No one shoots any fouls. However, evidently that time they felt Max did make contact. Now here's Max. The pass goes a little awry. It leads him outside. Then he tries to walk him back in. As you can see. Watch. The double team is going to hit him here. He gets it out. Well, now we lose Max, and this is when the foul was happening, evidently.
Pat Cummings, 74% foul shooter at the line. Off the bench, averaging 3 rebounds and 6.3 points per game. Cummings gives Milwaukee a 3-point lead now at 82-79. 5:37 left.
Hard worker. He's a good man to bring off the bench. He won't hurt you. He'll provide the offense. He works hard on the D. As I say, the only glaring deficiency is he doesn't have that explosive speed.
4-point lead Milwaukee after the Celtics had a 10-point run to tie it. Bird to Parrish sneaking right in. No. McHale, the offensive board, gets 2, and he is fouled. Harvey Catchings, by the way, has just checked in for Milwaukee, replacing Lanier. And the foul is on Catchings. Here's Bird getting it to Parrish, who just leaves Catchings alone, counting the house. But then Catchings comes back to make a good defensive play.
Yeah, Catchings got... he looks a little over-anxious, to tell you the truth. He's going for those fakes a little prematurely. And he got caught out of position initially on the Robert Parrish play. That's what set up the move by Parrish and the subsequent offensive bound by McHale.
There you saw the numbers on Kevin McHale, and he rocks it in for a 3-point play. 13 points now for Kevin McHale. 1-point lead for Milwaukee. High-scoring game. 83-82. 5:10 left still in the third quarter. Marcus Johnson.
14 for Johnson. He's been averaging 23 points in the last 4 games, 8 rebounds, and he's been shooting 60% from the field. So his game has finally returned, and
Oh, yes, so
Tiny,
is his.
good job.
Tiny behind the pick from Robert Parrish. 85-84. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left, and the ball is out of bounds. Marcus Johnson just lost the dribble.
We get back to what we said. I don't care what the Milwaukee coaches say or any coaches say. You can't put a 6-7 man in the backcourt and expect them to adjust that quickly, especially against good defensive pressure.
Robert Parrish up over Catchings, and now the Celtics lead for the first time in the second half, 86-85, 25 points for Robert Parrish so far. May loses it, and it will be Milwaukee ball. All right, Scott May will put it in play. Former College Player of the Year at Indiana. Played on one of Bobby Knight's 2 national championship teams. The steal by the Celtics. McHale swooping in. Whoa. That big man move under control, Bob.
I'll tell you, he's something else. It looks like he goes for the low percentage shot, but
for him, that's a high percentage shot.
Absolutely. He's got confidence in it.
88-85 Celtics. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Scott May missing the shot, and a loose ball foul on McHale. That'll be the 5th team foul on the Celtics. Now Lanier is in for the Bucks. Catchings is out. Incidentally, on Scott May's college team at Indiana, the one that won the national championship, all 5 starters ended up in the NBA. May was a first-round pick. Quinn Buckner was a first-round pick. Bobby Wilkerson was a first-round pick. I'm trying to think of the other 2 guys on the host. Kent Benson was the first-round pick, and the shot is in for Moncrief. And the 5th starter was in Los Angeles for a while, and his name escapes me. I don't think he's any longer in the league.
That's when Quint Buckner used to do halftime interviews.
Yes, that's right. He didn't show up with us tonight. Oh, name will come to me. But all 5 starters made it into the league, and 4 of them were first-rounders. Foul call on the Bucks, Scott May. That is the 4th Milwaukee foul of the third quarter. They go inside to McHale. Nice feed by Bird.
McHale's starting to overwhelm Cummings now.
Yes, he
both
is.
on the board and in terms of the inside game.
Celtics by 3, 90-87. May. Moncrief partially blocked. Moncrief again. Basket's good.
Well, a little accidental offense there, but Milwaukee is happy to accept all gratuities.
Celtics now leading by 1. Larry Bird spins on May. Shot doesn't go in, and Milwaukee comes away with the ball. A little bit of contact there. Cummings. Play starting to get very rough defensively. Both clubs now starting to really muscle it up. McHale getting it to Archibald. The Celtics are 3-on-3. And now Bird on the cut. Sensational play. The ball doesn't fall. 2:40 left. Marcus Johnson. Cummings. Foul on Pat Cummings.
The passing game is getting him in a little bit of trouble. Now, that time Johnson had the position. He wanted to give it to Cummings, but he led him into the pressure a little too much where it almost caused Cummings to pick up that offensive foul. So there's no question that, Buckner and...
Going to have a foul on Cummings for tackling McHale as he came across the middle.
Well, that's 2 quick ones for Cummings. There's no question that those 2 guards, Winters and Buckner, being out, and as we've said, Bridgman, haven't helped this cause.
All right, McHale will be at the line to shoot 2 for the Celtics. 2:24 to go, third quarter. Celtics were down 10, but they've come back to take a 1-point lead at 90-89. And Kevin McHale, you see his numbers, 77% at the foul line. He's averaging 13 points a game. Right now he has 17. He is the Celtics' second high scorer in this game. Larry Bird is only 6 at this point with 2:24 to go. Bird has taken only 7 shots. 1 more for McHale. The foul was the 3rd foul. The second shot is missed. 3rd foul on Cummings. Well, the Celtics miss a pair of key free throws.
Well,
Robert Smith now in for the Bucks.
let's hope that isn't a momentum breaker, because we've seen that happen before.
Bob Lanier with a sweeping hook, and the Bucks lead by 1. 2 minutes to go. 20 points for Lanier.
Lanier's done an outstanding job this
Yes,
year.
he has. Tiny Archibald, 2 minutes left, third quarter. McHale, Tiny, and now Parrish, who's double teamed. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The ball is off the foot of Bob Lanier. 7 seconds on the shot clock as the Celtics put it in play. Archibald, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Carr takes it. Air ball. Lanier. Robert Smith. Short. And Mickey Johnson hits the deck. Foul is going to be called here on M.L. Carr, his third. Watch it.
It is. Smith takes the jumper. Probably should have laid it down to one of his wing people. They had a one-man advantage. Mickey tries to bring it back into the middle and is slipped up.
Minute and 37 to go in the third quarter. The Bucks are ahead by 1. 91-90. It's been a very high-scoring game. First one is no good for Mickey Johnson. As if the Bucks score, well, no, they're not going to score 30 points here in this quarter. Neither team will, apparently. Unless, well, they could. So far, both teams have scored over 30 in each of the first 2 quarters.
Well,
Johnson misses 2. All right.
81% free throw shooter, too. He missed a couple there.
Well, McHale missed 2, and now Mickey Johnson misses 2. Tiny, Robert Parrish. Robert does not get it. McHale, loose ball, 2. 92-91. Celtics by a point. Minute and 17 left, third quarter. Moncrief posting up on Carr. Blocked by McHale. And he keeps it in play to Archibald. Great play by Tiny Archibald.
Beautiful defensive coordination on the part of the Celtics. The block by McHale and then Tiny's great save.
Ball is out of bounds off the Celtics. Must have touched somebody's hand that I didn't see. It looked like it was off Milwaukee, but obviously Strom had a much better view of it than I did. Robert Smith. Scott May, who was hot in the first half, does not can. Celtics had 4 people boxing out underneath. 44 seconds left. Third quarter. Celtics up by a point. 92-91.
You notice McHale and Parrish were both on the rebound, and McHale dropped off as soon as he sensed that Parrish had it. Is he doing a job, that kid?
Woo. Another offensive rebound and 2 for Kevin McHale. The Celtics lead by 3. Kevin has 21 points. His season high coming in was 28.
Well, even at full strength, Boston has a little bit of an edge rebounding-wise. They're averaging 45 a game and Milwaukee 43. So with Lanier out, Moncrief from outside, with Lanier out and the problems they've got, why Celtics are starting to control that offensively.
We have 3 seconds left in the third quarter. 3-point shot, no good by Larry Bird. And so we've come to the end of 3 quarters in a tight and tough one from Milwaukee Arena. In the third quarter, the Celtics scored 29 points. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back in Milwaukee after 3 quarters. The Celtics lead by a point, 94-93. Friday night, 7:30, Celtics and New Jersey Nets from the Garden. We'll have it for you on TV4 at 7:30 Friday night. Celtics and the Nets. New Jersey, one of the most improved teams in the league with some great young players. Buck Williams, Albert King. Ray Williams, of course, done a great job for them. We'll have that game for you on Friday night. Of course, Thursday afternoon, the Celtics and Knicks from New York. All right, Robert Smith, you're looking at there, number 5, Tiny Archibald guarding him. Bucks have Robert Smith, Marcus Johnson, who you see going to the hoop, missing the shot, and Mickey Johnson, the rebound, and a foul is called on the Celtics. It's on Robert Parrish. 2 shots coming from Mickey Johnson. All right, let's check the Bucks now.
There's a good play. We were talking a moment ago about the Celtics really taking charge on both backboards in the third quarter. Now we see a little yeoman work by the Bucks there.
Mickey Johnson's missed 3 consecutive foul shots, and he is an 81% foul shooter. Missed 3 straight.
we pointed out in the last game, the Celtics lost it from the line, really. They shot only 17 for 29, and the Bucks shot 28 for 32. So might be going the other direction here.
We're tied at 94. All right, Milwaukee with Smith, Marcus Johnson, Harvey Catchings, Sidney Moncrief, and Mickey Johnson on the floor. Robert Parrish. No. McHale, the offensive rebound. No. Bird, the tip in. No. Bird again loses the ball, and it is kept in play by Moncrief. Robert Smith, Marcus Johnson. Rebound, Robert Parrish. McHale kept it alive. Parrish pulls it down. Oh, look at the great alley-oop from Archibald to McHale. Block. Woo! My goodness.
Who did that? Catching?
Harvey
Fine
Catchings.
defensive play by Catching.
Mickey Johnson. A Robert Smith open shot. He nails it. Milwaukee by 2 with 10:45 to go. All right, Milwaukee with a 2-point lead.
This is a good basketball game.
Yes, it is.
Don't go away. This is going to go down to the wire.
We're going to have a foul inside on Harvey Catchings. His second personal, the first, changed that, his first personal, and the first on Milwaukee in the quarter. Now, Gerald Henderson will come in for the Celtics, and he'll give ML Carr a breather. So Archibald and Henderson will now be at the guards for the Celtics. 96-94, the Bucks with a 2-point lead. Henderson, Marcus Johnson on him. Robert Parrish wheeling inside on Catching. Shot is blocked, but the foul will be called on Catching.
Here it is. Bird drops it in. Well, they're trying to establish the double team, but the weak side man goes back. Robert wheels away from the pressure anyway and into the middle. That's where you want to keep the man out of, if at all possible. Well, both teams starting to go cold at the line.
Parrish missing the free throw. We'll get one more. This one's good. Robert is now 2 out of 5 at the foul line.
25 points for Robert. He's leading the Celtics.
That was his 26th right there. As you're looking at Mickey Johnson and now Catching. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Robert Smith with it for the Bucks. Marcus Johnson. Milwaukee now with a 3-point lead, 98-95. Bob Lanier. Oh, drive by Archibald, no good. Rebound Catching. Fast break Milwaukee. Boy, smooth. Marcus Johnson, they lead by 5.
Did he get that one down there in a hurry?
Boy.
I'll tell you, he looked like Jay on that one. He's coming back, that kid. He's a player. Whew.
Well, Milwaukee started the fourth quarter with a rush. 9 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the ball game. Milwaukee, where the Bucks have outscored the Celtics here in the first Chicago when the Celtics take on the tough Bulls. That's a week from tonight, 8:30 on TV4, the Celtics and Chicago Bulls. A lot of ebb and flow in this one, Bob. Celtics in the first half, moving ahead by 10. The Bucks coming back to tie. The Bucks taking a 10-point lead early in the third quarter. The Celtics coming back to go ahead. Now the Bucks surging here early in the fourth quarter for a 5-point lead at 195. This thing has really been moving up back and forth all night long.
That's exactly what we've seen and what's established the tempo of the game, really, the changing momentum between the two teams. And they're you know, so evenly matched that the moment one of them gets out to a lead and lets down momentarily, this gives the team that's behind the incentive and the opportunity to come on back and take the lead themselves, and then they repeat the same. You know, people say, well, why does that happen? Why do people do that? It's because you're not dealing with machines, and you can just sustain that concentration for, you know, that long a period of time.
We have a scoreboard problem, and I'll tell you what happened. All the time has disappeared from the scoreboard, and the score has also disappeared. Now the time has been reset at 9:45. That's what it was when the timeout was called. Now they've got to reset the score.
That shouldn't be that much of a problem, obviously.
They're fiddling around with that right now. So go ahead, Bob.
I was just
talking about the
going to say that you're not dealing with machines that. This is not unlike the lament of most golfers saying that the ability to sustain your concentration allows you to play a little more consistent golf, but conversationally, that's fine. No one's able to do that.
I tell you my golf joke?
No, but I'd really anxious to hear it. I'm sure the folks would like to hear it, too. So, as soon as the action gets exciting, why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, Maxwell. Little old-fashioned push shot for Cedric. 197 with 9.5 minutes to play. Moncrief back in for Milwaukee. Moncrief, Robert Smith, the guards. Lanier back in the middle. Marcus Johnson and Alvin Lister up front. Johnson posting up, missing the shot, and a great job by Alton Lister.
Absolutely.
Woo! Great job.
All by himself.
Kept the ball alive twice. McHale gets the boards this time. Boy, I tell you, that kid has really come a long way since the first time we saw him on the second game of the season. Tiny from outside. The Celtics have banged 2 in a row from downtown.
Good job. Tiny just drills it home from about 18.
Tiny has 14 points. All right. Smith, Tiny on him defensively. Lanier pushing inside on McHale. Blocked by McHale.
Oh, boy, did he take it to him.
McHale is playing center now, replacing Robert Parrish, who's out for a bit. As Cedric Maxwell is in.
Lanier will remember that one for a while because he put all his moves on McHale. He not only stayed home, but then he put it right back in his face.
Foul is on Robert Smith. That'll be the third team foul of Milwaukee in the third quarter. Celtics are now down by a point at 199. And Gerald Henderson will step to the free throw line for the Celtics. Gerald coming in was averaging just over 10 a game, 3 assists a game, 72% foul shooter.
Ooh, wow. Gerald throws an air ball.
Celtics have missed 5, 6, 7 foul shots now in this game.
Amazing how that becomes contagious. We've seen both teams take shots at blowing a lot of free throws here. But that also helps when you can come back and drill the next one home after missing that badly.
Moncrief gets 2. Milwaukee back on top, 102 to 100. Moncrief, by the way, now has 22 points. He's Milwaukee's leading scorer. Lanier has 20. Marcus Johnson, 18. Archibald, Robert Smith guarding him. Larry Bird has only 6 shots. Maxwell, 6 points rather. Max blocked by Alton Lister. Smith, and it's stuffed in by Marcus Johnson.
You know, I think Smith might have done that on purpose. He drew the double coverage and just threw it up there knowing that Moncrief and Johnson were on the board and in a good position to rebound. I think that was by design. Good job if it was.
So Milwaukee back up by 4. Bird gets it into Maxwell, and a foul is called on Milwaukee underneath. And this one is on Alton Lister. And we'll look at it again. That's the 3rd on Lister and the 4th on Milwaukee as a team.
Max sneaks in along the baseline from the weak side. Nice pass by Bird. Draws the double coverage. He's faking in there. Max probably could have gotten it up quickly and got the 2, but he wanted to see if he could pick up an extra foul.
Cedric Maxwell shooting 2 for the Celtics.
Well, it cost them, but it's easy to second-guess that move. Most of the time, coaches want you to hang in and try to pick up the foul as well as the hoop.
Celtics have missed 8 free throws in the ball game. Maxwell getting 1 out of the 2. Celtics are down 3, 104-101. Last time here, the Celtics had a rough time at the foul line, as Bob was mentioning a moment ago. Lanier, little back door to Moncrief. Flanks it off the front. Larry Bird the rebound. Archibald, Maxwell, McHale, doesn't go.
Milwaukee got a little lucky there. Good pass by Max. Had Kevin all alone inside, but didn't get it.
Lister, who played at Arizona State, Marcus Johnson, and offensive foul is called on Marcus Johnson. He got 2 at a time there, Bird and Henderson.
Yeah, well, hey, if you're going to pick up a foul, might as well try to wipe a couple out rather than just one. He is not releasing the ball well either from outside, and I think he knows it. That's why he tries to take it in. He passed up the 16-footer and brought it in instead.
All right, the Celtics are trailing by 3 with 6:40 to go in the game. Steal by Lanier. Good anticipation. Moncrief. This could be a 5-point lead for the Bucks if they connect this trip up. All right, they wait for Lanier to get back. Henderson.
Lanier's starting to tire a little, I think, and that should work in the Celtics' favor.
Maxwell, the offensive board. Doesn't go. McHale, offensive board. Foul is called on McHale.
Well, Mike Mathis is down there. He's made some gutsy calls tonight, both ways. Let's take a look. Max comes out of the pack with it. Forces it up. Bird keeps it alive. McHale over Lister. Well,
I don't know about that one.
yeah.
All right, Lister. Milwaukee leading 104-101. 6 minutes to go. Lister in a little trouble. Gets it to Lanier. Oh, yeah. You knew that was going in.
I'll tell you, Lanier remembered. He took it into him the last time and got it rejected. That time he faked in, and then that little, his version of the sky hook at least, caught Kevin a little bit by surprise.
All right, they go to Maxwell, back to McHale. They lose the ball. Smith for the Bucks. Lister blocked by Maxwell, but a foul on Maxwell. And Alton Lister will be the first points since the first half.
Well, as you're going to see, Larry takes a cut off the weak side. That's that little dipper play where he usually pops up for the little outside shot. If the defense plays over the top, he doubles back, and that's what they got out of it on that one.
Lister for the Bucks, and now Smith. Milwaukee leading by 5 with 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Moncrief doesn't get that one, but the rebound by Catchings blocked by Parrish. Loose ball. Moncrief has it.
Catchings did a good job keeping it alive there.
4:15 to play. Bucks leading by 5. Now Smith. Catchings.
Steady, Harvey.
Lister on the turnaround. Deep rebound to Parrish. Good defense that time by the Celtics. Archibald, Robert Parrish, traveled with it. 3 minutes, 54 seconds left to play in the game. Milwaukee has taken a timeout. Well, with 3:54 to go, the Bucks are hanging in with a 5-point lead.
You know, everything was flowing offensively, and it was both teams have dug in defensively the second half. And this ties you out a little bit more, and this affects the shooting touch. And I think this is what we've seen in the case of both the Bucks and the Celtics. They're just starting to tire a bit.
Mickey Johnson goes around Bird. Mickey Johnson, nice move.
Well, Celtics have got to gamble a little bit, given a score and a time. That's what Bird did on Mickey Johnson, and it opened up the lane. He slapped for the ball, got him out of position, and Mickey took it in.
Bird taking it to the hole, doesn't get it. Battle for the loose ball. Milwaukee wins the battle.
That's good job by Marcus Johnson. I'll tell you, this Buck team hustles.
They sure do. They've won 5 in a row, despite the injuries to Buckner and Junior Bridgman. And now they don't have Winters tonight. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Mickey Johnson tipped in. Alton Lister. And Milwaukee leads by 9 with 3 minutes to play.
Well, that's the one that could really hurt, obviously. Gets it up to 9. Bill Fitch and Jimmy Rogers both up complaining, saying that Lister came over the shoulder to tip that one in.
Bird gets the shot away, and it goes for him. Could be a 3-point play as he was fouled and will be at the line to shoot one.
Well, that one helps the cause a bit.
Foul was on Mickey Johnson, his 4th, and Larry Bird will be to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. 2:36 to go. 114-107, Milwaukee by 7 points. Larry Bird with 1 shot. He buries it. So the Celtics are within 6 now. Big 3-point play for Bird. Now they're going to stop him from this trip up, I think. There's the one-on-one setup. You're looking at Moncrief and Archibald. Lanier and Parrish now. What a battle. Oh, sweet move by Lanier.
I'll tell you, that is some kind of move, boy. He almost dared the double team to come and get him and waited for it to establish himself and then squeezed that big body through there. You see him move Parrish out on that play?
Sure did. McHale missing the shot. Woo.
I tell you, Lanier's done a job tonight.
Bucks are leading by 8 points. Under 2 minutes left. 1:50 to play in the game. Whistle. 3 seconds on Milwaukee. And the Celtics take a timeout with 1:50 left to play. Don
Me. So defensively, and then he's done a good job on the boards. The offense is still a little slow coming, but he's done a good job tonight. Bird.
Larry Bird with the heat on brings the Celtics within 6 with 1:40 to go. The Celtics pressure the ball all over the floor.
Yep, they need the turnover.
Marcus Johnson. And the ball is picked up by Johnson.
Almost.
Tantalizing one there. All alone is Moncrief. Kicks it back out. Lanier loses the ball. Bird has it. Bird is knocked to the floor by Mickey Johnson. And now he is hot at Mathis.
Well, a nice quick technical here would help to go. Now, you know what happened there? They were so anxious. Don Nelson had told them to run the clock down. They had at least 4 good shooting opportunities, including this one, that they passed up trying to run the clock down. And this is what happens when you're trying to do 2 things at once. Establish a good shot and also take as much off the clock as you can.
Yeah.
You end up too often having exactly that happen. You know, you get tentative and then you lose the ball.
All right, it is 116 to 111. Larry Bird in the last minute and a half to 2 minutes has scored, 7 points. Bird had been held to about 11. Actually, Bird had been held to 8 points. And another turnover against Milwaukee as they had the big man, Lanier, bringing the ball up.
Yeah, I'm
But in the last couple of minutes, Bird has scored 8. Go ahead, Bob.
No, I'm just surprised they gave it to Lanier to bring it up on Paris, because that isn't necessarily a good matchup as far as the Bucks are concerned.
All right, 1:10 to go. Milwaukee leading 116 to 112. Bird missing the shot. Marcus Johnson the rebound. 1 minute left. ML going for the steal, doesn't get it, and commits the foul. So Marcus Johnson will shoot 1 and the bonus. No, check it again. That is only the 3rd team foul. I'm sorry. All right, they get it into Lanier. We have 58 seconds left. Celtics are trailing by 4. Lanier. Parrish on him. They're keeping him way outside. Marcus Johnson. Milwaukee. Killing time. Moncrief from downtown. Oh, pressure. 22-foot shot for Sidney Moncrief.
Well, old Sidney wasn't trying to run that clock down.
No, sir. 118 to 112. The Celtics are down. McHale working inside. The fall away. Good. 118 to 114. 36 seconds left in the game.
Stay tuned. There's still time.
30 seconds left, and the ball is to Lanier. Foul is called on ML Carr. That is the 2nd foul in the last 2 minutes against the Celtics. So the Bucks will get 2. 1 plus the bonus for Bob Lanier. At the line, Bob Lanier, 76% foul shooter. 28 seconds left. Milwaukee leading by 4.
Lister and Marcus Johnson are the 2 guys, if they had the choice, which doesn't always happen, that you'd want to foul. Lister's only shooting 52%. Marcus 69, so.
And Lanier makes them both. So the Celtics have 28 seconds left. They're down by 6 points. Going to have to get a 3-point shot, probably. They go to Bird, who sneaks inside, doesn't get it. And Lister has the ball. And Milwaukee, with 17 seconds left, is up by 6. Make it 8. Ball game, 12 seconds left. Celtics are down by 8 points. And the Bucks are getting a standing ovation from their fans, and it's well-deserved. They've played a great ball game. Parrish missing it. McHale lays it in. That's it. It's all over. The Celtics have been...